you smell that? I think that's the smell of fear in the Biden family because they've been fucking up. I know everyone is so down on the justice system. I have no faith in the justice system, but I do have faith that I think the political process is going to work out very well in our favor with all this weird crap that's been going on with the Biden crime family and everything else that's going on. Welcome everybody here to Vets Talking with Knife Hands. This is one where we're going to get good and pissed off and talk a few different topics here that's just going to get us a little irate, but I think it's at least going to be a little bit more chill than last week because we got pretty down and serious with the whole conversation that's been going on with the controversy over the mainstream media trying to claim the sound of freedom, a true story about an amazing man who managed to save dozens and dozens of children from sex slavery, trying to claim that's all a conspiracy theory. Well, guess what? That movie's now made, what was it, over $100 million? Wow, you guys are a big help.
Probably more than that. Oh, I do know that I heard that it's made at least 3 times its cost, or what
it's massively because it's a very low budget movie, and I did hear it's over $100 million. The Sound of Freedom is made now, which is absolutely amazing. What's up, Logical Spock? I see you too, Blue Cord Devil. We'll get to you guys here in a minute. So that is absolutely amazing how well that movie has done. Way surpassing all expectations. This is the first time I heard this kind of statistic about talking about a movie beating another movie based on per screen average. And right away, when that movie started, they were talking about it was beating Indiana Jones immediately on per screen average. Now it's beating Mission Impossible, the #1 blockbuster of the summer right now, and it's beating Mission Impossible per screen average, which is fucking amazing. So that's a big round of applause for Caviezel and Tim Ballard and everyone who's a part of that movie. Congratulations, guys. And I am actually going to end up having to watch that movie. I really didn't want to have to. I don't know if my emotions and my heart can take it, but making this announcement is a reason why I am going to have to watch it. Let me pull this up here. This is an official announcement, even though I announced this on ETEP Bongino Show yesterday. Talking to Jerry Cassell, I have been selected. We just talked it out. I'm going to be now the co-host for the Dangerous Military Nerd Show on Pop Culture Minefield here on YouTube, and also on now I can't remember the name of the radio show. It is actually a digital radio show on a website, KG something. So it's a
KGB.
KGBR. KGB.
You fell on that one.
I fell into that one. Don't take my word for it. I think it does sound like it's like KGBR, but I could very well be very wrong on that.
But Soviet video.
But it is a huge honor. Who was anyways, Don Ecker, who's the co-host for this show, is stepping down. He's doing too many shows, and he stepped down for the show, and I will be stepping in, and I'm greatly honored to do that. So thank you very much to Gary for selecting me for this, and I'm very much looking forward. That's 10 a.m. every Wednesday morning, which means I have to do morning shows now, which I am not a person. But I'll do it.
Wake up the crack of noon all night.
No more waking up at the crack of noon. Not on Wednesday, at least. So, okay, let's go ahead and say hello to some people. I see people popping in the chat. Thank you for being here, everybody. I will get around to you soon. First off, and we will have more people popping in, too. We just got some people who are running late. But Mr. Shellback TJC, our Navy vet.
Thank you, sir. I'm just... sorry, I was...
You really got to work on your introductions there, pal.
I was Googling the movie earnings, or trying to.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know whenever you find that.
Oh, he's trying to finish his homework while the teacher's asking for it to be turned in.
Yeah. Well, hey, I got an excuse.
So maybe get the
ruler
out.
I just got back from Oregon.
Smack your pee-pee with it.
As always, we are doing drinking rules. Even though the drinking rules is more appropriate for the Saturday show, Skin and Max Saturday, 10 o'clock Eastern here about talking. We are also going to do them here because it's still fun. I still enjoy it, and I think the chat enjoys it too. So, any single super chat, we're going to do a social. Any single $20 or more, and we'll take shots. Mr. Rastercaster, who can never tell is drinking or not. I think that drunk or sober, you always sound the same.
Yeah, I'm sober all the time. And it's hard to believe that I actually do all these shows sober. And yet here I am. But no, I'm Rastercaster. Find me at Real Raster on the Twitters. And of course, and then this is where Adam says, where's your fucking channel? Where's your channel? Show me your fucking channel. And I don't have it yet. So guess what? I'll just go ahead and come out and say it. Unlike Shellback here, I will say that I just didn't do my homework. I totally dropped the ball.
And you got an F.
Yeah.
You got a big fat F.
And since he's always totally sober, now we know that he's actually an asshole. So
yeah. I'm like this from the time I wake up in the morning to I go to bed at night.
I expect nothing less.
Yeah.
Dermy's not here, so I can't pick on him.
No, Dermy
no, you can. You can.
No, you can. You can astral project your insults to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say hello to some people here. Blue Cord Devil popping in first before everyone else because he's amazing. Welcome, buddy. Thank you for being here, my friend.
Changes logical drinking money.
It does help. Logical Spock says, "Hey there, welcome, Logical Spock." MK Ultra's here. MK, you know you can always pop in here, dude. You're in the fucking the Vets Talking chat group. The link is in there if you want to pop in, dude. And God's Children Are Not for Sale. It's an awesome movie. I dropped a tweet also. I was watching Russell Brand, his show, and they had Tim Ballard and Caviezel. What is it? John Caviezel? No. Any case, they had both of them on Russell Brand's show, and it was amazing. They said that there's a quote that's from the Bible where Jesus says, he like essentially anyone who shall hurt children shall bear a millstone around their neck and be thrown to the sea. In other words, this is Jesus Christ saying, I'm going to give you concrete shoes and throw you over a bridge, is basically what he's saying. And that's fucking badass. That is fucking badass. So I pulled the exact quote from the Bible and I dropped it. And that got pretty damn popular there on the Twitters. Let's see. Damn right, MK Ultra. Sheila popped in. What's up, Sheila? Sober Rastercaster.
Yeah.
Like I say, you can never even tell if you're drunk or sober.
No,
I probably get us banned if I was drunk.
Yeah. Now, do you guys know is the movie's advertising, is that like quote unquote part of the budget?
No.
Or
no. You always have to guesstimate based on the value of the movie. There's some sort of math that people do to figure out what the amount is that they put in for marketing.
That's why
I
the
don't
Flash
think it was really,
hasn't broke even yet.
Yeah. Because I don't think the Sound of Freedom was actually, there wasn't really any actually commercials. You just see like stuff on Twitter,
to talk about like
that.
Rast, what you said is not accurate because they didn't have a big marketing campaign. This is all word of mouth for that movie essentially, for the most part.
What I just saw, it said that it had a budget of 14.5 mil. So.
Mm-hmm. And it's made over over 100 million.
And it's made over 100, yeah.
Yeah, I want to say like the Flash was like 200 million for production for the actual budget of the movie, but they spent over 100 million on advertising, and that's why it took over 300 million to actually break even.
So here, so it's 1.5 to 2 times the production cost. So I mean, if it is 14 million, then you're looking at less than 100 million to break even. I mean, do math in my head. That's less than 50 million.
I love watching his face when he's trying to do math.
Yeah.
No, actually, I'm checking. I'm looking at
Click.
my backstage. It says please
Click.
configure both primary and backup streams correctly. Something went wrong. Anyways, we're still here though, so at least that's okay.
Yeah.
I hope we are at least. Wait, my screen just are we still here, everybody? Because my fucking preview screen is like fucking frozen. Are you guys still hearing me?
Yeah.
Not you. We're on StreamYard, and we're about fucking YouTube, not here.
Asking the boomer a question here.
Fine. God.
Okay, Sheila says I'm fine. Okay. All right. So I wanted to pop in here. So I found this fucking. We're gonna wait for some more people to pop in to start the Biden conversation. But so I found this tweet as I was out earlier, just hanging out at the bar, picking up some food to go, and I saw this. It was actually let me get rid of that comment. This is actually on Breitbart. Popped in on Breitbart saying Garth Brooks and his wife Trisha Yearwood begged their fans to donate money to Ukraine.
Yeah, Garth Brooks can drink Bud Light from Dylan Mulvaney's Barbie pouch asshole because he can fuck that. He's not getting no money. I'm just mad enough that our taxpayer dollars are going over there, much less my own private money.
Yeah. And that's what my response was. As Americans are hurting, and you want to send what few hard-earned dollars we have left to a corrupt nation that Biden has been using as a personal piggy bank. Fuck you. I was already pissed off enough with that Bud Light bullshit and all the crap he's been pulling. No, this guy can kiss my fucking ass.
I want to know, like, okay, just outside of like, just taxpayer dollars. I'm not talking about the government. I'm just talking about like private organizations or just your ordinary citizens, or actually how much money is going from their pockets to the Ukraine. I want to know how many fucking idiots we got out there that's actually doing that.
Oh, we got enough of them that went over there. They fucking went and committed suicide by going over there to fight for fucking Ukraine.
Yeah,
only be given a fucking pop gun and be sent out to be fodder.
Yeah, I got some beach property in Kansas to sell them.
Dude, the whole fucking Ukraine thing is such a ridiculous fucking joke. I met a kid, 20 years old, at the gym. He asked me some questions about trying to work out because he didn't know what the fuck he's doing. He needed to lose weight to go into the army, and it was like he was like excited when he told me that he heard that we were sending a Stryker unit to Ukraine and all these fucking troops and everything. And I'm like, you're excited about that? Like, I remember after 9/11, everyone being excited and wanting to, get some fucking revenge, at least go to fucking Afghanistan to get some revenge on the fucking Taliban. But then, of course, in Iraq happened, and we were sold a bunch of fucking lies to believe that shit had something to do with it. And so we were excited to go to fucking Iraq. I can't imagine why anyone would actually be excited to go fight in fucking Ukraine. It blows my fucking mind.
I mean, after 9/11, when we witnessed what happened when those planes hit those towers, it hit a very emotional chord with the regular Americans, and we had an emotional stake. And I think, in hindsight, there was some emotional choices made going into the war, and then there were lies on top of that. But negating all that and everything, people actually having the investment and everything taken for what they know. Like, I mean, because we live in an age of internet, things that weren't so easily obtained back then or whatever. So you kind of have to believe what was being fed to you. And when everything and every other source was telling you, and then there's WMDs, then terrorists are here, terrorists are there, terrorists everywhere, and then you want to do what you can for your country. And that's what happened. And everybody had an emotional and personal stake into that. You go into Ukraine, you don't have none of that. There's nothing that Russia did to me. Russia, I mean, this is their war. This we have no stake in it, and nor should we. And I think that the biggest thing that we can, it's going to sound cold-hearted to some, people out there now that believe in humanitarian efforts and talking about there's kids over there, yada yada. Says, yeah, well, guess what? And everything, there's wars all happening all over. And no one gives two flying fucks about those. Yeah. There's slave camps and everything in Africa, but no one ever gives two shits about China and everything with their their Uyghur camps. But we're mad because a country used to be part of a union, which you used to be run by the Soviet Union, and I mean we're supposed to care about that, and not to mention everybody's like, well, Russia's bad, and I was like, well, so was Ukraine. All the headlines before this came out, and it was talking about how bad Ukraine was. It's full of corruption on both sides. Let them slug it out.
They only think the bad guy is whoever they're told the bad guy is. It's amazing if you look at like going through American history where everyone's attention goes to. Like you look at like the movies, during the Cold War, who was the main bad guy in all the fucking movies? It was Russia. Then 9/11 happened. Then who's the main bad guy in all the fucking movies? It's the Middle East. And then guess what happened with who was the big target they really want to put on next? Was Trump. And they associated Russia with that. So now all of a sudden, Russia is once again the big bad that everyone believes needs to be taken down. So,
well, it goes into, like I was saying before, is like, I mean, I think on a prior stream or whatever, I was talking about Norm Macdonald. Like this, what do you say? Whatever says, it's funny that throughout history, the good guys are always the one that wins.
Yeah.
It's like
because the good guys are the ones who get to write the history.
Right.
Well, the ones who win are the one who write the history, at least. Yeah.
Right. And I mean, I'm not saying what Russia's doing is right, but I'm also saying everything that it's looking about this from the perspective of the people that are there. Well, it's say if the Ukrainian government just stood down and says, okay, Russia, you could just have our country. How much worse off would the people be than they were before?
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean,
I'm thinking about that too. Like, what's the situation we're looking at here? They're not going to get enslaved. It's not like Russia's going to go in there and all of a sudden enslave them. No, it's just they're going to put the fucking Russia flag over and say, "You're ours now. Now go back to work."
Yeah. And
that's what's going to happen.
And they would probably. I mean, it's kind of like, okay, I mean, what if we invaded Canada? Oh my God! Now you have more freedoms than you did before. What if we invaded Mexico? Where they're going to sit there and say, "Oh no," and everything. It's all about like just talking about this, being a sovereign nation or whatever. And I'm like, well, here's a problem with Ukraine. With Ukraine, you had I think they had a coup. Now they like I think it was a coup. I could be totally wrong on this, but then they have like some kind of like big turnover in their government or whatever.
What?
Like a couple years prior to this war.
Well, I mean, that's how Zelensky got there.
Yeah.
No, Zelensky got elected. Well,
yeah, he got
Zelensky was put in there.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it wasn't through any kind of a coup though.
No, not a military coup, but it was like like they
like
a
coup d'etat.
Government was. Yeah, it was like a new government was put completely in place or whatever. I mean, they're pretty fresh. So my thing is that we know that corruption was there, but you have an established Russia coming in. They're corrupt too, but at least it's kind of like it's better to know the enemy you know. And I mean, like when it comes down to your citizens or whatever, they're not going to feel none of this.
Yeah.
What they are feeling is having two governments fight each other. That's what you're having. You're having a war not of the people, but you're having a war between the governments.
You know what? This is actually a perfect segue to go ahead and hop into this because the whole Biden thing that's going on right now and our main topic here is completely and 100% related to Russia. Because when we're talking about and I'm going to play the video here later. I've got a whole script on how we're going to go through this. It's just too bad we don't have anybody else in here right now. But we're going to play the one infamous video that really on our side that we used more or less as a way to point out the hypocrisy for when they were impeaching President Trump over the calls with Zelensky in Ukraine. The hypocrisy was because they called it a tit for tat or what's the word I'm thinking of here?
It was you're talking about quid
pro quo. Yeah. Because he was talking about an arms thing, but Biden is on video, on camera, up on stage, saying, I'm not going to give you the $1 billion unless you fire this prosecutor Well, son of a bitch, he got fired. Well, we all use that more or less as a point of the hypocrisy. Say, well, how come his quid pro quo is perfectly okay, but not Trump's? Well, come to find out that statement that he made with that about that prosecutor when he's talking with the former president of Ukraine has much, much, much deeper ramifications than anything else. Oh, that Cowan guy says, you're so clueless about Victor Shokin. I haven't even said anything about Shokin yet there, dude. But thank you for your comment there on Rumble. Anyways.
Well, we're at no point did anybody even say Victor.
I haven't even gotten to that point yet. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyways. Yes, I know he's the fucking Ukrainian prosecutor. Okay, fair enough. I was talking about the prosecutor. I just didn't say the name Shokin. All right, yeah, that's fair enough. Whatever, dude. Okay, this guy's a fucking troll. I don't care, dude. Anyways, we're talking about
say Ivan from now on. It covers it all. Ivan or Vladimir.
Huh? Who you talking about?
Say Ivan or Vladimir. It covers them all. It doesn't matter. This is
Ivan, Vladimir. Yeah, they're all the same.
It's all the same. Dimitri.
Anyways,
I don't know. Shokin just makes me think of like Street Fighter or something, you know. Shokin. Yeah.
So what's amazing is that I was already planning on talking about this story, and then this dropped today. This entire story, which shockingly really compounds because we've got a lot of video. There's so many videotapes that nobody is showing. There's nobody who's been showing this video where we actually have Biden on the phone with the Ukrainian president, which I don't have his name here. We'll pull that up. And nobody's talking about it. He's on there saying, well, okay, I'm going to read this story first, and then I'll play the video for you because it's fucking mind-blowing that nobody's talking about it. So a bombshell FBI informant file describing a $10 million bribery allegation against President Biden and his son Hunter was released Thursday by Senator Chuck Grassley, showing a Ukrainian oligarch claimed that he was coerced into making the payoff. Mykola Zlochevsky, if I'm pronouncing that right, the owner of the natural gas company, Burisma Holdings, told the FBI informant in 2016 about meeting at a coffee shop in Vienna, Austria, that it cost $5 million to pay one Biden, $5 million to pay another Biden, according to redacted form FD, blah, 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 blah. Zlochevsky made some comment that although Hunter Biden was stupid and his, Zlochevsky's, dog was smarter, I love that, Zlochevsky needed to keep Hunter Biden on Burisma's board so everything will be okay, the June 2020 document says. The source asked whether Hunter Biden or Joe Biden told Zlochevsky he should retain the younger Biden. Zlochevsky allegedly replied they both did. The federal informant, a Ukrainian American who's been trusted, highly credible FBI source for over a decade, has been paid six figures, according to Grassley, describing four conversations with Zlochevsky, beginning with a meeting near Kyiv in late 2015 or early 2016, and continuing through a 2019 phone call. The informant said each of his conversations with Zlochevsky occurred in the presence of a man named Alexander Ostapenko, giving the FBI possible supporting witness. Ostapenko introduced the informant to Zlochevsky. This is really starting to tie my fucking tongue here. And works in some office for the administration of the Ukraine president, Vladimir Zelensky. Zelensky, there's the president's name I was not able to get to.
It's easier to say their names when you're drunk.
Dude, yeah. Someone give me a shot. It's going to make this way more fucking easy. Zlochevsky allegedly claimed to have 17 recorded conversations, and those are the videos we're going to play that nobody's fucking playing, even though it is so fucking damning. Two of which involved Joe, as well as many text messages and two documents that the informant understood to be financial records of payment to the Bidens. According to Zlochevsky, the recordings and other evidence showed he was somehow coerced into paying the Bidens to ensure Ukraine prosecutor General Viktor Shokin was fired, the FBI source added. And here's the interesting thing is one of these videos even has Zelensky there saying the prosecutor Shokin did nothing wrong, but he fired him anyways. So why don't we go ahead and play some of this interesting stuff that has been coming out. And even though actually these videos with these recordings have been out. Oh, we lost Shellback. So to remind everybody of the conversation and the video that everyone talks about with oh, wait a minute. Hold on, let me see. Okay, I'll get to the chat here in a second. To remind everyone, this is the video everyone thinks of. And we didn't think anything of this video really at first when we just thought it was more of hypocrisy than anything else. But just a reminder, here's a statement from Joe Biden's mouth himself.
And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to the press conference. I said, no, I said, I'm not going to, or we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid at the time.
Solid.
Yeah, solid. Now, does anyone ever remember hearing an explanation as to why exactly that person needed to be fired? No, there's never been any explanation. Not from him, not from anyone. No one has said what that prosecutor ever did wrong. Real quick, I'm going to say hello to some of the chat. I saw that a lot of people were popping into the chat. Let me see. Let me get back here. Yeah, busted. Clint Black, better than Garth Brooks. Absolutely. Sheila Raid. Oh, hey, all right. Sheila's got everybody from her people coming over here. Thanks, Sheila. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. I can speak English. See, Biden actually said it before, though, about getting the prosecutor. Yeah, it was a big conversation piece. He kept on bragging about it. That's why he's such a fucking idiot. He was bragging about a corrupt move that he fired somebody. And really, the only reason was because the guy was investigating Burisma, which is where his son worked, which is where they we'll get to the other information here in a minute because it's in the fucking recordings. He says it. You can hear him say it, him fucking self. Let's see. Literally got done. I'm looking at Ryan. I think. Oh, Ryan just got done moving. That's right. He's busy. All right, he's perfectly fucking excused. Let's see. MK, dude, you just pop in here, dude. You got the fucking link. See, Blue Quote says, y'all have a good night. Watch the replay tomorrow. Major thunderstorm, lightning. Peace and prayers, Adam. Everyone else watches 6. Thank you, brother. I'm happy to have you in here no matter what. Thank you, man. Take care of your wife and take care of yourself, my friend. So, okay, let's get into. Okay, I actually got to look at my script now because I have so many fucking videos pulled up. Okay, so like I was saying, you just watched President Biden, former Vice President Biden, when he was vice president at the time, talk about bragging about having that prosecutor fired, Shokin. Now here is Biden himself talking to the then president of Ukraine. And yes, I pulled this all off of Dan Bongino Show because I knew exactly where these were. A lot of these clips themselves are like from videos that are like 2 hours fucking long, so it's just easier to pull it off of the Dan Bongino Show instead. So check this out.
Assuming that there is a new government and a new prosecutor general, I am prepared to do a public signing of the commitment for the $1 billion.
So for those who aren't watching, it says here, Poroshenko can be heard defending the prosecutor general before saying he asked for his resignation.
And despite of the fact that we didn't have any corruption charges, You don't have any information about he doing something wrong. I especially asked him, no, it was the day before yesterday. I especially asked him to resign.
The edited clips were released by Andriy Derkak, a member of Ukraine's parliament with ties to Russia, and Rudy Giuliani.
Congratulations on installing the new prosecutor general. It's going to be critical for him to work quickly to repair the damage Shokin did. And I'm a man of my word. And that now that the new prosecutor general is in place, we're ready to move forward in signing that new $1 billion loan guarantee.
What damage did he do? Because all we saw there was him saying, I'm not going to give you $1 billion unless you remove this prosecutor who's investigating my son's company. And no one sees a problem with that.
I just think that it's one thing and everything to see like a clandestine like operation like the CIA and everything going in and like, you know, fondling other governments and everything and messing how the gears turn inside of it. But to have something so open and blatant and everything, and it's personally, and you can tell it's personally targeted to benefit him and his family, and no one bats an eye. That's what blows my mind about it. Is that this guy and everything, it brags about an open stage. This has been playing since 2020. That I've seen that video 1,000 times already. I think, but Steven Crowder's played it I don't know how many times, and yet no one does anything about it. Trump makes one fucking phone call, and is like, "Hey, you might want to look into this shit." No, there is no loan on the table. There's just, you might want to look into this shit. And then,
you know what that I'm coming from too, and this is another video that's going to pop up here in a little bit. Is I'll go ahead and give the surprise away. Biden is even on record also talking to him later on, and asking for assurance that the situation will be minimized in Ukraine, so that when President Trump takes office, that Ukraine can't ask him for any more money, because if they ask him for more money, then he's going to open the books. And if he opens the books to what has happened in the past, he's going to see this corruption right here and investigate it. And he's on record saying that can't happen.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I know that they were talking about earlier was about the laptop thing. And you might have heard before somewhere like where they were talking about where it would take years or whatever to go through all the different accounts and everything to verify if Biden's family actually received anything. And yeah, that might be true. That might be true if you didn't have the laptop. However, that dumbass left the laptop and everything, and it actually had information on side of it. And then I think the FBI released it. I was reading something about it today where there is stuff to link it to an offshore account.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they didn't even like parcel it out to other accounts. I think majority went to one account.
And I want to play this part right here once again. And despite the fact that we didn't have any corruption charges,
You don't have any corruption charges. You don't have any information about he doing something wrong. I especially asked him, no, it was the day before yesterday. I especially asked him to resign.
only because Biden told him to. The only fucking reason. No one seems to see that being an issue at all. And once again, I'll even pull this fucking article up again. Let's do this. Stop the screen. Pull up the other screen. This is all out now. Biden, $10 million bribe file released from the Burisma chief. The man running Burisma was coerced into giving $5 million to Hunter Biden and $5 million to Joe Biden. And when that company got investigated, which when they were getting investigated happened after this bribe right here, guess what happened? he got the prosecutor fucking fired, and then he bragged about it.
Yeah.
And no one sees a problem with this.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing
Dude,
is,
over
is
Rumble,
like,
if you're still there, you think this isn't a problem? You think I'm wrong about Shokin? You think this isn't a fucking problem? Go ahead, Russell.
okay. The thing is that with all this going on, it kills me how numb everybody is to this. At this point and everything, we would already be like 2 impeachments in on Trump. This guy hasn't been touched yet, and that blows my mind. I'm like, and I mean, there's actually evidence. This is not just like mindless hearings and everything by Adam Schiff and everything saying Russia, Russia, Russia. This is actually this motherfucker actually had a son working for Burisma over in Ukraine. How does a crackhead even get that job, for one thing? And everybody knows that crackhead didn't get there and everything on his own merit. He's got there and everything because he's there for as a networking deal so that he can have that influence.
100%. That's it.
And if you cannot see that, you are completely blinded by partisanship. Even if you are a stone cold leftist or whatever, at least for 1 second, take the politics out of it and everything. Well, your own personal politics out of it, and look at it from like a less hypocritical angle, which I'm kind of asking a lot for a leftist here. Is like, don't take the. I mean, we can only hit like. Just complete hypocrisy in there to think that you would not want blood for what if Trump was doing this. Y'all tried it for several years on false allegations or whatever. Y'all even made a Steele dossier and everything, him getting pissed on by a hooker. I mean, all the shit was lies or whatever, but for God's sakes and everything, the Bidens got. I mean, I have to say that I'm not sure if they're really stupid or really smart. They're either they're really smart knowing that they could do all this and flaunt it, and know that nothing was going to happen to them because of our 2-tiered justice system.
Yeah.
Or they're really stupid.
No, that's the thing, is that the people who are crafting all this are the really smart ones, but they're using the really dumb ones to really push the stuff. The dumb ones like the fucking AOCs and others. They're the dumb ones who they're giving power to, but they're really just their fucking minions. They're brainwashed fucking minions that are just being played by the fucking puppeteers who are the crafty, evil, smart ones at the top. That's what's going on. And if you think that was the only video, oh wait, there's more. So remember, as I was telling you about, after all this was going down, when now President Trump is about to be put into office, here is Biden's response in talking to, and I do apologize, I was getting the names mixed up when I was reading the article. I was referring to Zelensky as the president. Well, it was Poroshenko at the time. I was more just twisted my fucking brain just trying to fucking pronounce the names. So once again, playing a Bongino clip, very unfortunate shot right here of him, but check this out.
$1 billion if you fire him. The guy says, I fired him. He didn't do anything wrong. And then Biden goes, hey, that's great. Let's get the $1 billion and do a public signing. What the do you need to hear? What do you need to hear, bro? Are you freaking stupid?
That's my energy right now.
To hear. He's literally on tape talking about firing the prosecutor, investigating his son, while an FBI established credible source says he's been bribed, and the Shokin prosecutor's looking into it, and Biden gets him fired. What the do you need to hear?
This is why I love Bongino.
The answer is nothing. You already know this guy's a corrupt, rotting bag of oatmeal and a 5'10" piece of human garbage in the White.
All right. Well, that was a good some good stuff from him, anyways. But that's clearly the wrong one. He was supposed to eventually lead up to one of the clips. Let me see which episode. It's still 2030. It's supposed to be at 38, 29. Okay, I was at 37. That's the problem. 38, 29. Oh. There we go. We'll just start here.
Details.
So anything you can do to push the Privat Bank to closure so that the IMF loan.
We're forward now. Damn, I can't see shit without my fucking glasses.
President Poroshenko talking about how he's worried that Trump is going to find out what's going on there about their bribe and their deal and their firing of the prosecutor. Again, No one disputes the authenticity of these tapes. No one. Take a listen.
I don't want Trump to get in the position where he thinks he's about to buy onto a policy where the financial system is going to collapse and he's going to be looked to pour more money into Ukraine. That's how he'll think about it before he gets sophisticated enough to know the detail.
In other words, Biden does not want Ukraine asking for more money from Trump. Doing so would cause Trump to look into the details.
So anything you can do to push the Privat Bank to closure so that the IMF loan comes forward, I would respectfully suggest is critically important to your economic as well as physical security.
Critically important for economic and physical well-being. Biden goes mafia?
Yeah, does that not sound like a full-on fucking threat right there?
Yeah, most definitely. I don't. Again, Bongino's energy is like, what else more do you need to see?
Yeah.
And I was like, again, apply this logic to any other politician, they would be like gone by now.
Dude, they'd be gone. They'd be impeached. They'd be in fucking jail. This is absolutely insane. And what's really crazy too is, Raster, have you ever heard that video before?
I haven't heard the tapes yet, but
these tapes. I never heard this. You know how long these tapes have been out?
How long?
It's over a year.
Wow.
I forget exactly how long, but I mean, it very well could have been close to 2 years. It was OAN, One American Network. They got a hold of these tapes. They were leaked by that member in the Ukraine Parliament. OAN, One American Network, put out a 2-episode series, 1 hour each. This is 2 hours full of these fucking videos. They've been out there for over a year. If I remember right, it might have been 2 years. No one's fucking talking about them. I would not have found them if not for the fact that I watched Bongino. And it's amazing. No one's where the fuck is Fox News? Why the fuck is, we get these fucking leftists out there who are always attacking Fox News, the crazy conspiracy, ultra right wing shit. They're not playing this fucking video. No one is. That's why I want to play it here. So, because I know if I never saw it and I pay a lot of attention to this shit, then I guarantee that you guys probably haven't seen this either. So I want to share this out there. It's absolutely insane that no one has seen these fucking videos or heard this fucking audio.
Yeah, it's crazy now how just the media is not doing its job. You're talking about journalists now, and it's supposed to be the back in the day, journalists would like be just wanting to just chomp at the bit and everything to get onto such a big story like this and everything, and to uncover all of this. I mean, but now it's like they're willing to tote the water of this administration, and it just blows my mind.
Yeah. And oh wait, if you think that's all, there's more. So let's pull up this next one where, isn't it interesting? Remember the whole conversation when I was reading that article earlier, and there was a conversation where there's an FBI informant, right? The FBI was looking into this. The FBI was investigating this entire situation. So when Poroshenko there found out about that, he was a little bit concerned. And guess what? He had a conversation with Biden about that. Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. And wouldn't you know it, this was Biden's response. Oh, no, don't play an ad now.
Imagine being at home,
God
spending
dang
time
it.
with your family, when all of a sudden the lights go out. It's not weather related, and it's...
Here's Biden on tape with Poroshenko, and Poroshenko is very concerned that Onushenko is going to spill the beans with the FBI, and Biden says, but don't worry, the FBI is all on the level, folks. Biden says, like, don't worry, winky, winky, nod, nod. We made sure that all went away with the FBI. Don't you worry. Check this out.
If it is true that FBI working with him, at least I want to know that.
No, they are not. I told you the FBI concluded he had nothing, and they stopped. That was it. There's no reason to talk to him again.
Okay.
I will check that and confirm that with you.
Folks.
And again, going back to that article, we saw There are documents. The FBI has their documents. They had all the information with the informant. They knew fully fucking well doing the investigation that there was a shakedown, that the Bidens were given $10 million fucking dollars. But wouldn't you know it, after all this stuff goes down, Biden is able to assure Poroshenko there, the president of Ukraine, that the FBI is not investigating. Why would that be? After the FBI already fucking investigated, found that there was a shakedown, found that there was a $10 million bribe for the Bidens, knew damn well that Burisma was in fact incredibly fucking corrupt. Why did they stop the fucking investigation? Anybody?
FBI is useless. FBI is just completely useless at this point. They're completely partisan. At this point and everything, it's like they pick and choose and everything, take people off cases or whatever. They get anywhere. They did the same thing with the IRS as well. I mean, it just kills me and everything. Like how blatant it is in their face. Everybody. I mean, we're sitting here earlier in this conversation. We're talking about how corrupt Russia and Ukraine is, and I'm like, are we any better or not? We really not. We aren't. It's just that we're just a little bit more sophisticated about how we do it, and in the end of it, it's just as corrupt, if not more. I mean, here's the thing: is that they're just trying to stay afloat, but we're over here influencing. Okay, they're talking about Russia and trying to mess with our elections. I'm like, shit. We're good and well that we interfere in everybody else's.
Oh yeah. But you're right though.
Black here.
You're right though. Is that we do it in a more crafty way, because we're talking about trying to bring democracy and all this, and we're crafting other countries in the way that we want them to be crafted. We're interfering with their elections, making sure that the people we want to be inserted as in their government are the ones who are inserted.
And then you get Biden in here and everything, and his dumbass, he sits there and brags about it. That's the only thing different is that the sophistication went out the window with Biden. Everybody makes fun of Trump and them being not sophisticated. I'm like, Biden just basically pulling mob maneuvers, and I mean, he's not even. I mean, saying this on the phone is stupid for one thing. I mean, but I mean, at the same time, I guess it's not so stupid because no one's doing a damn thing about it.
Yeah. Green-haired anti-liberal. Okay, sure. As soon as I want to talk to you, you just disappear. All right.
I didn't want the chat to hear my cat throwing up, so I was gonna go take care of that. But you know what? Hi.
Green-haired anti-liberal has green-covered feet right now.
The green-footed anti-liberal.
The green-footed anti-liberal. Gal, Tiff, is your cat going to be okay?
Yes, he just ate too fast. It's like the youngest one to where we have to I don't know. We need to get him like a feeder thing so he eats slowly.
Yeah, I got you. So we just played a bunch of different videos of audio tapes that were leaked to OAN, One American Network, from a former member of the Ukraine Parliament that does in fact have Joe Biden on the tape talking to former President Poroshenko, talking about essentially the shakedown, the bribe, talking about making sure that a prosecutor gets fired. And Poroshenko is on the tape saying, look, this man did nothing, but we listened to you anyways and fired him so that you will give us $1 billion. Have you ever heard of any of these tapes?
No.
You've never even known they existed. Would you be surprised to find out they've been in existence and been out there for well over a year?
Absolutely not surprised at all.
I know. Pretty damn fucking amazing. And like I said, now I'll pull up this article one more time. It was really amazing that this was going to be the topic. I wanted to talk about this today, and very surprising. We have somebody popping in fucking on our Rumble chat trying to say I don't know what I'm fucking talking about, and I'm showing all this fucking evidence right here. This is even announced today. This is absolutely fucking official that Biden $10 million bribe file released. Burisma chief says he was coerced to pay Joe and stupid Hunter in bombshell allegations. This is not fake news. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is not something that was made by fucking Russia. This is that has FBI investigation on here. Look, actually, this is one of the files right here. This is the FBI investigation having the statements from the fucking Burisma chief. This is actual fucking documentation, the actual statement from the chief of Burisma, who had to pay $10 million shakedown money to the fucking Bidens. It's here, and we have the fucking audio clips of Joe Biden talking to Poroshenko and admitting that the shit fucking happened, and nobody's fucking talking about it.
Well, I mean, what's going to be done about it?
Well, again, I have no faith that the DOJ is going to do anything about it. But at the very least, and this is the reason why I want. Oh, and also, hey, by the way, there is a link in the video description below. If you like what we're talking about here, click that link and find your congressman and let them know what you think is going on and what you think needs to happen as a result of all this information. But politically, things can happen. Politically, if people are informed, things can happen. This is information ammunition. I've said this many times. Be armed with your ammunition, and the ammunition we need here is the information. You're getting the facts here. So we know this is not some crazy conspiracy theory. This is not something, these are not just statements people are pulling out of their ass. We have the actual documentation. We have the FBI saying that they're informed, who is a confirmed, loyal, a well-known informant. They've paid 6-digit figures to this person because this is a good informant that they've trusted for many, many years, is on record saying that Burisma had to pay $10 million to the fucking Bidens. Biden is on a fucking phone call, and I'm repeating myself at this point, but this is ammunition that everyone needs to be armed with. Anybody?
I just feel, not to be too black-pilled on this, but I just feel like, did you see what happened with Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Yeah.
What, when she showed the porno?
They made the blur too big.
Nothing's going to be done about it. Like they're trying to, the Freedom Caucus is, but there's too many rhinos in office.
Well, okay, so here's the thing that at least I have the theory that's going to happen. This is going off of some statements that Bongino said as well. That it most likely scenario what's going to happen here pretty soon, because the Biden administration and the Biden family are just way too deep in the corruption, and people are figuring it out. One, we know he's a doddering old buffoon who's shitting his pants and can't even stay awake when he's talking to the Israeli prime minister. If I remember right, that was the Israeli prime minister, I think. They know that he's senile as fucking, completely fucking gone. But then on top of that, the corruption scandals are just too much. It doesn't matter how much, like the analogy is the balloon that, the big balloon that you're trying to push underwater. You can only push underwater enough before it's going to pop back up again. Right now, the media and these Democrats are just trying to push that ball further and further underwater. But eventually they're at the point now, they're at the breaking point, and that balloon is about to come back up. It's about to pop. And right now, I guarantee what they actually are going to do is they're going to wait for an excuse, and they're going to remove Biden. They're going to completely bail on him, say, look, it's true. He's actually corrupt, and he's just way too old. He can't do this. And they're going to install someone like a Gavin Newsom or Michelle Obama or something like that to become the new nominee for the presidency coming up. Because
I don't doubt that either.
Yeah.
But
that's my thing, at least talking about winning the political war, at least. Like, yes, again, I don't trust the DOJ. There's not going to be any fucking prosecution. He's likely not going to see jail, but at least we can win politically when this stuff comes out and people are armed with the information that they need.
Right. Well, and if they are successful and they say impeach Biden, then we're left with the Montel girl.
The Montel girl? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Isn't it Montel? Whatever. Like, she literally says nothing when she says the word salad that she says every time she talks.
Look, she gets her speeches off Fiverr. Come on, give her a break.
Okay, well, real quick, Sheila, so I know you're not very political, so just to give a quick synopsis. Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's son, has no experience whatsoever in any kind of working in a C-suite, executive position of any kind, has no experience in gas power or anything like that, but somehow managed to get onto the board of this Burisma natural gas company in Ukraine and was getting paid millions upon millions of dollars. And it was very obvious that what was happening was he was being used as a point man to use Joe Biden's power as vice president to shake down and get money. That's all it was. It was a pay to play operation. In other words, if people were to pay Hunter Biden, he would funnel portions of that back to Joe Biden, and then Joe Biden would do favors that would benefit those people. So it was a pay to play operation. It was absolute corruption at the highest fucking levels. And then like I was just talking about, though, it was just absolute the shakedowns for $10 million and then getting prosecutors fired. It's treasonous, and I'm not gonna go ahead and say what treason can lead to, but in this kind of case, it really should.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't play it down. Just go straight down with it.
Yeah, but you know how it works with fucking YouTube, though.
Oh, I know.
And I'm just gonna play one last video, and this video is actually not one of those clips. But so they had the hearing today, and this is again just amazing that while I was putting all this stuff together, I was getting the script together, putting all the video clips and everything together, and I was listening to today's Dan Bongino show, and he pulls up this amazing thing. This is so funny remember how I was going to play some of these clips, but Joe Biden has said many, many, many times over and over again, I know nothing about Hunter's business dealings. We never talk about his business dealings and this, that, and whatever. This fucking moron of a Democrat fucking congressperson who was questioning the IRS agent, who's the one who's been coming out and saying that the IRS knew full well that Hunter Biden has been using his company funds and everything, claiming business expenses for hookers and drug deals and all kinds of shit. And this idiot tries to question him and get him in a gotcha moment, trying to claim that I'll just go ahead and play this. Check this out. Just another example of absolute fucking idiocy on the left.
What more evidence do you?
Let me make sure I get the right one here. No, okay. I need episode 2051. That's 2031. Ah, fuck. Damn it. I think I deleted that one. All right. Well, never mind. I'm not doing that, I guess.
Adam the Boomer.
Adam the Boomer. I boomered it. I had everything pulled up and prepped earlier. I was actually pretty damn proud of myself. I had a pretty good show laid out.
Then you just boomered it all up.
I boomered it all up. And also completely failed on this part because I was expecting to have Ryan on here to add in and contribute for some other conversation. As far as the Ray Epps thing, good job, Prepper. Yeah. Proper prior preparation prevents piss poor performance. You guys ever hear that in the Air Force and the Marines?
Yes.
No.
You never heard that in the Air Force?
I'm not shocked about the Air Force.
Yeah.
No, it is like just pack your shit and go to the next hotel.
They don't need to prepare too much because they don't fuck things up all the time like both the Army and the Marines do.
Yeah, we get new stuff everywhere we go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they get all the gear new, and then it's just hand-me-downs from there until it gets to the Marines.
It's like, did you know when we were deployed? It's like, oh, you missed your girlfriend. Oh, here's a new one.
Yeah, while all the rest of us, we just get issued Rosie Palmer and 5 friends.
Yeah, they buy us.
I got nothing of the sort.
You got Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka.
Yay.
All right. Well, I hope everyone. I'm trying to find a way to wrap up that conversation. Once again, I mean, I know I'm repeating myself at this point with it, but it's just the simple fact that these videos are out there and nobody wants to play them. We know that especially now that the FBI has the confirmed information, the documents are out there that this $10 million deal did in fact fucking happen. but nobody really wants to talk about the actual nit and gritty facts of everything that I just laid out. So what do you guys think is the best way? What do you think is the tactic that needs to happen to get this kind of shit to be fully fucking aware in the fucking zeitgeist in the public?
Well, I mean, MTG doing what she did yesterday is technically a good way to do it, I think. Like, mad props to her for showing those images for the laptop situation. Right. But at the same time, it's just going to be the Benny Johnsons of the world that talk about it. I don't think it's my black pill moment. I guess today is just my black pill day. Of the leftist media isn't going to do shit because they're government funded media. Might as well be Canada.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I had more to contribute on it because I am black pilled on it because it's like I feel like you can show that you. I mean, Hunter could be like be caught with suitcases of money, going up to like to an American bank or whatever and putting it into Joe Biden's account. And no one would do anything about it. I mean, I really honestly feel like we're that screwed.
Again, I'm not that down on it. Yes, we have way too many controlled opposition control mechanisms in place that is running running our operation, that's running people's psyche and their knowledge and their beliefs on what's really going on. And it is unfortunate, but it is still possible. I have absolute faith that when we get a Trump in place, Trump is obviously the most ideal, but I think I would like to believe that hopefully even if we got a DeSantis in, that he might be able to do something to take things down as well. But we break down the top of the chain in the issue of what's going on, because it comes from it's at the government level. Now, if you really want to get conspiratorial and you want to talk about the businesses and everything else, I also combine with that. But I'm just saying at the most basic level, we look at what's happening. You get the top. When we're talking about the liberal control, and then below that is the mainstream media. Below that ends up being the social media and everything else that runs cover, like Facebook and everything else. So we take out the top, and then everything else will start to crumble down. Yeah. So if Trump can get into place and he can, flip the FBI, tear it all down from the top bottom, rebuild it back up with good people who aren't corrupt, who aren't partisan fucking hacks. Same thing with our CIA, our IRS. He can get in there, be a bull in a fucking china shop, and fix the fucking game.
But see, then
go ahead.
Recent goings on with like the January 6th fucking indictment bullshit. That is them trying to use the 14th Amendment to stop him from being able to run in general. Because if you're convicted of insurrection against the nation, you're not able to run for presidency. So that's what they're trying to do with this January 6th indictment that they're supposedly bringing up against Trump. They need to stop him from running. And that's kind of where my black pill of the week is coming from. I'm really tired of these fucking indictments. Like, you heard about that, right?
Oh yeah. But that was another thing. I was going to wait for you to finish, but that's another thing, though, is we got to pay attention to also. And I mean, this is going down a whole nother field as far as the conversation goes. Yeah. But we need to be aware as well. It's not your fault. What I'm saying it's like where I'm going to branch this out. That everyone needs to be aware that they're a large reason that they're doing it. One, it is trying to get at Trump, trying to pressure him, trying to wear him out, just crossing their fingers in hopes that one of these indictments actually might go through and hurt his presidency. But it also is supposed to be out there to hurt us, that it's supposed to black pill us. It's supposed to get us frustrated that nothing ever happens to these other people. And then on top of that, the most dangerous thing is they want somebody to take actual physical action. And everyone out there definitely needs to understand, don't fucking buy into it. I've got so many people who want to say that, you know, we went to war over tax on tea. It doesn't matter. This is a different fucking game now. Okay. We are in a totally different fucking game. And you need to understand the PSYOP game in this as well. The second anyone goes out there and causes any kind of fucking violence on the side of, you know, trying to fight for Trump or anything else, that is going to be their excuse. That is going to be their excuse to just label everyone as terrorists and tear us all fucking down. We cannot let that happen. I get that people are upset. I get a lot of people are at their fucking breaking point, but they want it. They want the violence to happen, and they want us to start it. So I'm extremely concerned that they'll actually throw a false flag out there. You know, this is the kind of thing that we've seen done before, where they'll put somebody out there, a patsy, make them look like they're a Trump supporter, have them conduct some violence, and then just be able to use that. And it was never actually even a Trump supporter in the first place. But this is what they need. This is going to be another thing leading up to the election, which I was going to say something could get me in trouble on YouTube. But go ahead.
Well, the thing going on. I mean, like you said before, false flags. We're already seeing some in progress. Okay, you remember the U-Haul truck incident with the White House?
Oh yeah, right into the White House gate.
Yeah. And then it was conveniently placed near. It was an Indian dude.
Yeah.
But he had a Nazi
flag. Yeah.
And it was like early in the morning, and they conveniently spread it out there across there so everybody could take a picture of it in front of the truck where it crashed. And I'm like, so they could push. It's just like the whole thing of war on drugs. It's like they need a boogeyman. So the boogeyman that they're going to put in place is white supremacy, and they attach that boogeyman to anything on the right.
Yeah.
So it's just like terrorism in the early 2000s or whatever. Everybody, if you're not with us, you're a terrorist, or you empathize with terrorists.
Yeah. And here's the thing, Shellback, you need to understand, they're not pushing the line. They're pushing you to the line. You got to understand that. I get that you're fucking pissed off and you feel like we're over the line. They're pushing you, dude. They're trying to push you to the line, and they're trying to push you over until you cause fucking violence so they can use that as an excuse. They're pushing you, man. You got to understand that. We're in a very, very difficult, complicated fucking world that is not going to be solved by guns and ammo right now. Okay?
Unless you sit there and you make yourself look like a leftist for a year or so, whatever, and you give them the false flag before they can false flag you.
No one's condoning anything like that either.
Wink, wink.
Dude, I mean, trust me, I get it. You know, it's so fucking annoying that, you know, I remember the Summer of Love. I remember seeing the video, especially that was played by Crowder a lot, when somebody actually, after like a Christian Trump support group or something like that, and someone saw one of these people at the rally wearing a MAGA hat and said, "Hey, we got one over here. We got a MAGA supporter over here." Bang, bang, they shot him dead. And that's another video that made absolutely no fucking. I never saw that. I don't think I ever saw that on Fox News or anything. To be fair, though, of course, I don't watch much of Fox News. Yeah. But that is actual fucking violence being done on us. That is directed violence. That is political violence. People targeting and executing people for their political views because they're a fucking Trump supporter. But the fucking second, and we've seen it happen. You look at the fucking demonization, people who defended themselves at fucking riots, or, you know, when they get stuck in one of those Antifa fucking blockades. Look at the way that they're able to twist the fucking message against us because they are running the fucking campaign. They're running the PSYOP. So you have to understand, you conducting any kind of violence is going to do nothing but drastically hurt our movement. That has to be understood. Trust me, I get it. I'm over the fucking line. Obviously, I'm not over the line. If I was, I'd be, being violent. The point is that I agree in the same sense. 1776. I completely agree that something should be done. But in this world, in this time, conducting actual physical violence does nothing but hurt our movement.
Yeah.
So unless you false flag the left.
make America great again.
And with that, I think we're just going to call this a short episode. Yeah, we didn't have many people in here, and I wasn't prepared with any other topics. The Ray Epps thing, I didn't have the articles pulled up. I really needed Ryan to be in here, but I completely forgot he was even moving. I didn't even think to text him on that. But I think this is, huh?
He's being a little girl.
He's being a little girl.
I meant to message him earlier.
What? Let's talk about Ryan, not you. So
I apologize
yeah,
for being late, by the way.
oh no, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. I saw your message. I saw you were going to be late. It's okay.
That is not acceptable. I don't care what he says.
I wasn't talking to you, Raster.
Hey, that's my first sergeant over there right now.
Yeah,
Right now.
He walks in the room. Everything's great, guys. I hope you have a good day. He walks out. All right, listen here, you fucks.
Yep. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. I will put it out one more time. We started doing the drinking game. Again, I have very little expectations for these streams. This is definitely not a Skin and Max Saturday where we get crazy and we do a lot of shots and talk a lot of shit. This is a very different show, but I'm always happy and very appreciative for any super chats to pop in. Oh, by the way, because of everyone's amazing contributions, I've upgraded to another new amazing thing. I have this amazing fucking Elgato mic arm now, which goes.
You're supposed to kind of stroke it, not.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, everybody, someone take a screenshot of that, and there we go. Just put us up a big giant cock in there, or Tiff's case in there, a big crayon.
You'd be missed. So I mean, I never thought that I'd ever be somewhere in my life where I'm excited for a mic arm, but it is. So after this, what's that?
Nothing.
I'm surprised he ain't rubbed the paint off that thing already.
And that's starting to wear down a little bit. You can see. Tomorrow being YouTube payday, I am going to finally order the new Elgato webcam Pro that Raster has so graciously helped me to look up, and the quality of the show will be complete. I will have my amazing new microphone. I will have the great mic or the great camera, and I am also I'm probably going to rearrange everything and have my desk moved over 90 degrees and set up an actual backdrop with me. Where I'll have some my military memorabilia along with my geeky Star Trek toys and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm looking forward to doing some pretty big things here pretty soon. Yes,
now everybody can see. Yeah, now everybody can see degeneracy in 4K.
But we will be able to soon. Oh, excuse me. Full degeneracy in 4K coming soon. Soberish Adam is the best Adam. Really? Am I at my best right now? Is that what he's saying?
No.
Maybe
we can see get shit faced in 4K.
Yeah. You can see the pain leaving his body.
So, all right, everybody, let's go ahead. Green-haired anti-liberal, we call her Gal. Thanks for being here. Yes, you were late, but that's perfectly okay. You're forgiven.
Yeah, I was at a happy hour with work people that I haven't seen in years. So.
Oh, you skipped on us to go get drunk.
No, I had one drink. I'm not that close.
I was about to say I approve of this, but now I'm disappointed.
It is work people, and I work in a more leftist leaning. I'm not going to get shit faced like I would, I don't know, 3.5 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago.
that was a lot of fun.
I can be fun sober, okay? That won't happen too soon again.
Fair enough.
But yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for
where can people find you?
Yeah, I'm getting there. You can find me on YouTube and Rumble at Green Haired Anti-Liberal, as well as Twitter and Instagram.
Excellent
videos as usual.
Excellent, doing a fantastic fucking job. Very early on.
Yeah,
you get monetized before me, and well before Rastercaster too.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I make videos, whereas Raster doesn't even know how to make shorts to put them up, or at least put them up.
Yeah.
He make them.
Actually does produce some pretty entertaining shit, but then never bothers to put it on fucking YouTube.
Yeah, I want to put it on Twitter.
Quality fucking time, sweetheart.
Yep, every stream.
Shut up, Shellback.
Yeah, hey, look at these drunk tip. Yeah, I'm off. Yeah.
That's
I didn't even see. I think I was actually looking away, and then out of the corner of my eye, all of a sudden I saw. Wait, what did I just miss?
You were like away. It was.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
you actually went back and watched that. I'm very surprised.
I was. Yeah. I was super drunk.
That's the best Tiff.
Hey, now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for everybody for being here. I apologize if you're just now popping in. Yeah, the show is a little short right now. We did cover some amazing stuff, though. If you didn't catch the audio recordings that we had of Joe Biden admitting to all of his corruption in video, in audio, and all that, definitely go back and check it out. They're all audio tapes that it's shocking that nobody is playing, because it absolutely 100% proves how corrupt he is, proves that the firing of the prosecutor in Ukraine was absolutely a sham, because the guy did absolutely fucking nothing wrong. So please do go back and check that out. And just as we're closing up, thank you so much for popping in here, Mr. A Serious Man, who I met in Vegas. Thank you very much for the $2. Saying absolutely nothing, but thank you. That's our only super chat of the day. I've had a shot here sitting here. I'm still going to take the shot, but I'm just... apparently I'm not going to take it for $20, but for $2, I'm still very thankful. So we will social to you, A Serious Man, for $2. Thank you very much. And Shaka Zoo's popping in now. Hello, Shaka Zoo. Sorry that you're only catching us now. Like I said, please do go back and check out the replay. Also, definitely look up. I should have had a link, but if you go into Rumble and you look up Biden. What it was, I searched Biden shakedown Ukraine, something along those lines. You will be able to find the audio tapes that was leaked by the Ukrainian member of the parliament, and they are so damning. So go back and check out the rest of this episode again. Remember that you can always find these live shows. They're in the playlist. So if you're going to look for it, it's in the playlist for Vets Talking with Knife Hands. That's where it's going to be at. All these videos get unlisted otherwise. So thank you very much, everybody. I love everyone's one out there. Remember to check out Skinamax Saturday, 10 o'clock Eastern. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're always here, Knife Hands at 10 o'clock Eastern here. Where we're going to be getting good and serious all the time. And we'll definitely, we'll probably replay some of these videos on the next week's episode, since a lot of people didn't catch it. But thank you very much for everyone being here. Thank you to moderators for taking care of everything. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to everyone for the super chat, Mr. Serious Man. Remember, double tap that like and subscribe. Share this video out there with everyone, because you don't got to be a veteran. Just don't get butthurt. You've been warned.
Oh, God!